have for Dak Prescott and the Cowboys after that fourth down to Tolbert. I mean, it's so good with pain in his face. His league-leading 30. Again, the Cowboys win today. They win the NFC East, and they get.
And Dak Prescott, you saw Big Deron Payne, number 94. He wins quick break yet. Tolbert hasn't even looked back. The ball's halfway there. It's high level quarterback.
Sure was. So now it's Washington's turn. And as Robinson gets it on the one game, and it's a nice one. Obviously, discussion. Jordan Lewis came up with it, and on the first offensive.
Yeah, what Dan Quinn tell us? He said Jordan Lewis doesn't get a lot of the credit at the high level to be able to play inside when they move Deron Bland outside. Said
Can you tell the team's records from looking at that graphic?
That sums it up.
Devontae Turpin in the game in the backfield. He'll get it as a running back here, left side. And Turpin trying to get the Cowboys another win and up their record to 12 wins for the third straight. 2nd and 5, run game. It's Pollard.
I think by the time they leave today, and again, whether that's at the end of the game if they're milking a lead or whether it get that run game back to average at least.
3rd down. Prescott stands in, delivers for Cook.
Love his versatility. Quan Martin, he can play deep safety. He can play in the slot like he was style we saw earlier from Ron Rivera in Washington.
4th and 3. Blitz is coming. Prescott sees it, gets it to Ferguson. It's a first down for Dallas. Down to the 15 he goes, but that's plenty to keep the drive going.
And Jake Ferguson, this whole season, he has just continued to get better. You're going to see him here. He's just working a little choice route. He's got a three-way go. It's outside leverage. He's just going to cross face and nothing but green grass inside.
Going quick. Pollard in some trouble. Cuts back, and then he gets taken down there.
Now obviously, CeeDee Lamb, he's the focal point of this offense, and understandably so, but Jake Ferguson's role in the passing game, he is somebody that Dak Prescott has a lot of confidence in. They have a really strong relationship on and off the field, and when it's critical moments in the game, when CeeDee Lamb gets a lot of attention like we saw there, Jake Ferguson is his next look.
4-man rush this time. Prescott going end zone incomplete. He was looking to get it to Michael Gallup. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offense, but part of that reason because CeeDee Lamb catches every pass. So anyway, couldn't connect, brings up 3rd and 10. It's always the fine line, right? Well, good news is CeeDee Lamb has caught 122 balls. Bad news is Michael Gallup has barely touched the ball in a month.
Yeah, there's only so many balls to go around, and when you play with a player like CeeDee Lamb, you understand he's going to take a big chunk of those targets, and I think everybody understands why.
And motion top of the screen. Get it to him. Looks for some room, and well played by the Commanders. And again, there's Quan Martin. 2 good plays from him on this drive, and it's 4th and long.
And a nice job here by this Washington Commanders defense getting a hold. Last week early on, kind of kept him in the game against San Francisco.
How do you like these numbers for a kicker? Brandon Aubrey.
How about that?
He's having historically the greatest season by a kicker ever, and we'll get into it as the game goes on.
I'm not talking about him.
Listen.
We're not doing it.
Well, we have to show it.
All right, we're going to show it, and we're going to leave it be.
32-yard attempt from Aubrey. It's up and it's blocked. Washington scoops it up with room to roll. Jace Whitaker's got it with a convoy down the sidelines. He goes, still in bounds and finally taken out.
I told you we're staying away from it. We are not being the jinx. We are not having Cowboy fans come after us for what's been a historic season and staying out of it. Oh my gosh.
Joshua Pryor got his hand on it, and then Whitaker with a monstrous return. Let's see.
Yeah, right in that C gap, you see him there, 59 Pryor. I mean, he's untouched. Chase Whitaker picks it up and takes it down now deep into Dallas Cowboy territory. Oh my God, I don't even know what to say.
Well, I mean,
historic season.
It is a historic season. That's unbelievable. Just got right through. Now Washington gets a big break. See how they convert. All the way at the Dallas 20. As Robinson up the middle goes nowhere. So if you're watching a baseball game, you just don't acknowledge the no-hitter?
No, I believe in that, man. I believe in that. When a kicker's having a year like he's having and a pitcher's having a game, man, you just let it be. We showed the graphic, and I have plausible deniability.
I just announced the play as it occurred. Well, bottom line is he's been unbelievable. That time, special teams breakdown. The Commanders trying to take advantage.
That shouldn't count as a miss.
That does.
It does, but it shouldn't.
Now it's Howell. Comfort. Look at end zone. Firing down the seam, and it's incomplete. Damone Clark had coverage there on Dotson, a wide receiver. That's linebacker running with a speedy wideout. Yeah,
well defended. They're trying to get a little smoke and pump. You see Sam Howell, he pumps the outside receiver. He's trying to get Dotson up the seam, but early in this game, we've seen Damone Clark make 2 impactful plays there with a nice pass breakup, and earlier on the 4th down stop on Washington's opening possession.
Third and 10. Pressure on Howe, sets up a screen. Well, this could be a beauty too. Arma racing, and he's going to be close to a first down. They get the fullback Arma involved that time, and looks like he will have it down to the 10, 1st and goal.
Yeah, nice job. They had the screen set up to the correct side. DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons were rushing, but they were rushing away from Arma's side. Well-timed call against this pass rush that everybody in the league is aware of, and you have to be careful in those 3rd and long situations how long you want to drop back and hold it. And Eric Bieniemy went to the fullback screen. Well-timed play.
Robinson at the middle, not much doing. You know, Greg, for the Commanders and their offense, there's been a lot of inconsistency, but for some reason inside the red zone, they've been unbelievable. Actually best in the NFL the last 7 games in this spot.
Absolutely. And Dan Quinn said, listen, we do red zone defense every week, of course. He goes, but this week, I felt like I needed to do even a bigger emphasis. I brought the guys in earlier in the week and said, listen, Eric Bieniemy, his time from Kansas City, he's brought it here to Washington. It's one of the best red zone systems in the league, and the numbers speak for themselves.
2nd and goal. Robinson, more trick play. Howell is open. They're going to sling it out to him. Makes the catch at the 5, and he's pushed out of bounds there by Gilmore. De'Ami Brown, his ex-college teammate, is the one that threw it. I mean, there are all kinds of trick plays here today.
I'll tell you what, if you like fun backyard football, this is it. It starts as a speed sweep, little handoff, flip, and then, of course, he's lefty, so they flip it, but it's got a little Philly special vibe, except Sam Howell doesn't kind of motion himself out of there like Philly did, of course, in that legendary Super Bowl play, but similar idea, and there's a lot of plays on that play sheet for Eric Bieniemy today.
He's got that wry little smile. I feel like he's got something else under his sleeve. Who knows the way this game has started. 3rd and goal here from the 5. Now, flushed out on the run. Now he's going to try to take it in. He's close, but no cigar. Parsons was there to chase him and force it out. It'll be 4th down, and now are they going to go? You would think they would. And no, they would not.
No, Ron Rivera, he just told Joey Slye, get off the field.
Yeah, the field goal unit went on, and then they got yanked off, so they will go.
Yeah, they're keeping their offense out there. It'll be their 3rd, 4th down attempt in the 1st quarter. The effort here by Micah Parsons, from where he started to chase Sam Howell down, he was the only guy left. When your best players play the hardest, you got a shot.
Well, takes us to the end of the 1st quarter, so they've got some time to dial up a play. 4th and goal when we come back, 7-0 down. Oh, there's Commanders owner Josh Harris, of course, took over the team in the summer, grew up around here, going to old Washington games back at RFK. And watching his team almost get in, and they were denied by Micah Parsons on this unbelievable effort, Greg.
I mean, look where he starts. I mean, he starts by rushing the right tackle, gets kind of pushed inside, and then without that effort, Sam Howell scores.
Yeah, so we start the 2nd quarter, 7-0 Cowboys, but a 4th and goal. Brandon Aubrey lined up for a field goal to make it 10-0. It was blocked. Return all the way down to the 20, and now set up for this. touchdown. It was bobbled at first, but Robinson held on, and Washington on the board.
Nice play design. It's a sprint out to the left. He has an option to shovel that ball to the tight end, John Bates, but instead he has Robinson wide open in the flat, and he kind of caught this thing twice. He kind of bobbled it off his chest, and fortunately for him, he was able to corral it. We're all tied up.
Well, you're telling me about jinxing kickers, and you said it before the kick was even made.
Fair.
I mean, let's take it easy. Here's Joey Slide.
Fair enough.
Now you can say it.
Fair enough. Not quite what was on the line. Not quite what was on the line.
That's fair. All right, so we got some action here. Early in this second quarter, Washington ties it, all knotted at 7. At the end, Fox and FS1. Spring just got stronger. This guy with USFL MVP as a returner, another star from the USFL who's been great for the Cowboys. And now the UFL will start play on Fox and FS1 in the spring. Meanwhile, pretty wild sequence in this game, right? Robinson fumbles. Cowboys looking to go up 10-0, field goal blocked, and now we're all tied at 7. Turpin lets it go. Game of redemption, isn't it, Tom Rinaldi? Always is.
And always a game of opportunities, right, KB? We see the fumble from Robinson here when the ball gets ripped out, clearly hits the turf. When he comes over to the bench after this, drops his head, Eric Bieniemy comes over and challenges him to say, we're going to be coming back to you, pick your head up. Surely enough, after the bobble in the end zone that you see, comes right back to him with that play call. That's redemption. There's Robinson you see sitting on the bench. I know that you're very high on him, Greg. A really productive player and a chance at redemption that he cashed in on.
Yeah, I mean, a little bobble on the redemption chance, but he hauled it in. It's all that matters.
They all count.
They do.
They all count.
So now it's Prescott in the offense. Back to work they go. And they go to the run game with Pollard. And Pollard's going to pick up about 5 yards. See the other score in the NFC East up top. 3-0 Giants. That's significant. Cowboys control their destiny, but if they were to lose, the Eagles have a chance to win the NFC. Meanwhile, run to Pollard. Pollard racing up for a first down. He's got another 5 yards. And already that's his 7th touch of the game. Mike McCarthy told the media this week, like, we have got to get better on first down. It's been a big problem for them. In the last 5 games, it really became an issue. You see today they're kind of back to what they were doing.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that has to do with just continuing to be committed to throwing the ball on first down. It's been a strength of theirs all season long. Last week kind of got away from it. Today been a little more balanced.
There's a little flip coming near side, and C.D. Lamb, who makes another carry and making people miss. It's got to become a little thing in Lamb's game, running the football. He's now run it 14 times this year. He's got a couple touchdowns. Just another way to get him the ball.
Absolutely, and I think because they know how much attention he gets in the passing game, they look at, all right, when we get C.D. Lamb involved, we don't always have to throw it to him, but how many times does he touch the ball a game? How many opportunities do we give him to impact the game? And they optioned to it there that time. We see him repeatedly give him jet sweeps. He's the ultimate playmaker.
Play fake. Prescott coming near side. Brandon Cooks has a catch. He's got a first down out across the 46-yard line. His 3rd catch of the day.
We talked about one of those things that Dallas wants to leave the field feeling good about today, and one of them's pass protection. It's been something that over the last couple games, giving up 17 sacks in the last 5 weeks, playing without both their starting guards today, Zach Martin and Tyler Smith, out today. They want to get this offensive line back to being one of the top protecting units that they have been pretty much the entire season.
Here's a fake and some time coming near side. There's Ferguson, the tight end, who makes a catch, and out of bounds with another first down. Well, again, Dallas wins today. They win the division. They get number 2 seed. Home game, at least 1 next week, and maybe 2 if they win. This is why it's so big. They're not only 8-0 at home, they're a different team at home. It's been really for the last 2 years. They've won 16 in a row at home. And in a league, Greg, and I know they're about to run a play where I feel like home field advantage and the numbers supported has maybe, it's not as much of an advantage. To them, it is. On first down again, Prescott, first read not there, over the middle, and Pollard catches it, gets decked right away by Cody Barton. So what do you think on that?
Yeah, and I think, you know, every week we kind of roll our eyes when coaches say, you know, we're just going to worry about ourselves. We're going to control what we control. And everyone's kind of tired of hearing it. It's kind of coach speak. But in regards to Mike McCarthy and this Dallas team, 2 weeks ago, we walked out of the Miami Dolphins. They lose there on Christmas Eve, and we said, all right, the playoff path for the Dallas Cowboys is going to be on the road. And it was not a very promising journey based on those numbers you just saw. And
second down, chipped in the air, and that is intercepted. And I think it's Martin again. It is. Jalen Harris got his hands on it. Quan Martin has the interception. First of his NFL, make it the second of his career.
Yeah, I think Jalen Harris, number 56, he gets that left hand on the ball. Once it goes up, you can see they think Martin has a chance to be a big-time player in this league, and he's made his presence felt here early.
Field goal that ended up leading to a touchdown, and now they had a block at the line of scrimmage, tipped the ball in the air. Quan Martin picked it off. He's had 3 really good plays today already in this game, and these kids are ready for Washington. They're playing so many guys that barely played this year today, but making an impact, and so they get it all tied up at 7. Think about how it all started. Dallas went right down the field after a 4th down stop, but this game is kind of equalized now, and now it's Sam Howell. Looking to throw. Stands in. Going deep. Has Bates a tight end and just overthrew him a little bit. Back to the interception.
Yeah, so they're going to run a little, what they call a TE. Watch Ridgeway 91. Watch what he does to Bass. He kind of grabs him. That's a vet move. It's technically a penalty, but they very rarely call it, and that's why Harris is kind of wide open, unblocked, running right at Dak. He gets his hand on it, and then Quan Martin's there to do the rest.
Again, Zach Martin out today. He was not on the injury report. Woke up, as Aaron told us, with a bad illness and just couldn't go. And so some replacements in and a little trickery by the Commanders. Here's Howell, back loads up over the middle, has a completion. Good catch right there for a 9-yard gain to Logan Thomas. A lot of important games going on. What do you have for us, Carissa Thompson?
You're right about that, Kev. Packers are in if they win. They were trailing 3-0 until Jordan Love finds Dontavian Wicks for this 10-yard score. Packers in front.
I mean, Packers in with a win. They get in the playoffs with a win today, and pretty amazing the season. Jordan Love, we had his first game of the season. We've had them a couple of times. Guys, top 3 in the NFC in touchdown passes. 3rd and 1. They go quick here. They get under center, and boy, I don't think they got there. It's real close, and you see the spot. He did not.
It's kind of an interesting way to run quarterback sneak. Under center, empty. Not really a formation that we see a lot. It's kind of obvious what the play is going to be, and Sam Howell tried to go to the left side and got stood up, and then just kind of gets cleaned up. You can see he's clearly short of the yard line to gain.
Yeah, so Washington already has gone for it 3 times on 4th down. They'll do it again. This time they give it to the back, and this time they've got it. 1st down, Robinson converts.
Yeah, we saw Robinson have that touchdown reception, but since he's come in the league, what he's known for is he is a big, physical downhill runner, and they believe that maybe the volume of touches, maybe not quite to what it should have been, and really what's been a pass-centric Eric Bieniemy Washington offense, but they think the future is bright for him as this run game evolves in the future going forward. He's got a chance to be one of the better backs around the National Football League.
Irony is that they run it the least of anyone in the league. Here's how a little flip. McLaurin gets it, makes a man miss. Terry McLaurin turns on the burgers. 1st down and more, and he's all the way down inside the 25.
Yeah, it's a great play design. They're just going to run it right at Micah Parsons. They're counting on his aggressive nature coming upfield to run right by it, and then they got a lot of bodies out in front. Logan Thomas gives him a little stutter, and once they get past him, he kind of gets taken out by his own guy there, Mozzie Smith, the young rookie. But by bypassing Parsons, it allowed the offensive line and Thomas to get out in front and block all the perimeter defenders of Dallas.
Here's Howell. Stands in, gets it out. Nobody there to Samuel. Makes the catch up inside the 20, down to the 15. And right around another first down where it looks like he'll be close. We'll see where they put the ball. Well, Samuel's just out there on his own.
Yeah, you just said this Washington offense, they've run the ball the least of any team in the league. And I think big picture, what they're doing today is radically different than what they've done leading up to it. I mean, they've had him in the, Sam Howell in shotgun, reading the whole field. Today, pretty balanced. 11 rushes, only 13 passes. I think this is what they needed to be doing the entire season.
2nd and 1. They gave Samuel 9, and now he's in the backfield. Howell with some time. Lofton corner. Samuel wide open. No, it's incomplete. He did not get the feet down.
Wow. He just doesn't have to jump to catch it with his chest. Just keep your feet on the ground. Reach your hands above your head. Watch, he jumps, but then catches it on his chest. This was not a high point ball, and you can see right there, that right foot is clearly on the white. That's a missed opportunity. That's a good ball by Sam Howell. Really good play design on the little stutter and go out of the backfield by Samuel. That's got to be a touchdown.
Yeah, and now a timeout as play clock winding down. There's a little confusion, so Washington calls their first. They've had a couple opportunities, right? They had the trick play that Howell missed McLaurin earlier, and that time certainly could have had a score, but failed. So 3rd and 1, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Play. I said let's have a watch party. You said party.
Make sure the appropriate guys report eligible after last week. Make sure no any confusion here. Who's eligible and who's not.
Fair points. 180. Curtis Samuel on the jet sweep, and we get a penalty. That's going to be moving back.
Yeah, they're going to get a false start here. John Bates, 87.
False start. Offense number 87. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
And you're going to see him right here. He just gets a little anxious there. He knows he's got the little jab and arc for the speed sweep, and just goes a little too early. That's going to change now, this whole picture now, putting them back to 3rd and 6.
Yeah, first penalty of the game for either team. Just say it's ironic, Greg. Washington 1 of 5 on 3rd down, but the 3 of 4 on 4th down today. And that's going to move it back even further.
False start. Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Yeah, but look who's lined up over him. So here's Sam Cosmi. This is Micah Parsons, and they move him around trying to find matchups. Sam Cosmi, though, right guard, he's been their best offensive lineman all year. The only one to start every game, but that is a tall task inside for an interior offensive lineman, and they're going to line Micah Parsons up there again.
The dueling crowd right now. A lot of Cowboys fans here today. 3rd and 11. It's Howell setting up the screen, and he's got some room as well. It's Crowder, and he's upended short of the first down. Boy, I thought he had more room there, and the Cowboys closed that hole. And let's see if they go for it again. And this time, Ron Rivera sends a field goal unit on.
I thought he'd go for it again. I think you mentioned it. I mean, this is a little further than the other tries, but I think at this point, you got nothing to lose. The 4th down has really been their key, as you said. They've been better on 4th than they have 3rd, but Ron Rivera is going to elect to attempt to take the lead here halfway through the 2nd quarter.
Am I allowed to talk about the kick or no?
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to break up history, and that's exactly what happened. This is a little different.
All right, here we go. Kick is up, and it is good. 36 yards from Joey Sly, and the Commanders take their first lead. Meanwhile, on this last play, Micah Parsons got dinged up here. A little slow to get up, and he's upset. Wanted a call, didn't get it. Washington has their first lead on the field goal by Joey Sly, and that's set up by that tip ball and the interception from Quan Martin. Now the Commanders take advantage, move down the field, and grab the lead. And the Cowboys, you think about how this game started. I mean, Washington got it first, went down. They got stopped on a 4th down. Dallas went down the field in a blink, scored a touchdown. You're like, oh boy. And then they go to make it 10-0 field goal blocked, 49-yard return, and the momentum has gone the other way. And now here's Turpin to take it out from just inside his goal line. Looking for a little seam. Turpin up across the 25 and fights his way near the 28. There's another game in the NFC East that's of importance. Carissa Thompson, what do you got for us?
Yes, and Cowboys fans will like this. New York was up 3-0 Kev on the Eagles, and Saquon Barkley takes this one in for a 2-yard score. Giants lead 10-0.
Wow. And the Eagles, they are not playing good football. They were 10-1 and they have really hit hard times. They're in the playoffs, but not looking great. Long way to go there. And so now it's Dak Prescott with a play fake. Near side there's CD Lamb. Patiently waits for a block, and Lamb is going to pick up 8 yards. Now a penalty at the end of this play. And Cody Barton came in maybe with a late hit.
Yeah, absolutely. CD Lamb had given himself up, and 57 Cody Barton, he came in and just gave him a shoulder right to his back. Watch. So CD Lamb just gives himself up, and
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a clear personal foul.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 57. 15-yard penalty added to the dead ball spot. Automatic first down.
So that'll help this drive for Lamb now. 4 catches and 33 yards. Now CD, most catches in the league today, Greg, by 10 over anybody else. And yards-wise, he's within striking distance of Tyreek Hill for the lead. Of course, Hill and the Dolphins play tonight against Buffalo. It's been that kind of season. He broke all the Cowboys' Michael Irvin's records last week. Prescott just floats it out. Ferguson again makes the man miss. Bouncing around out there and still surging forward, and he's got a first down.
I mean, he does a lot of things really well, this young tight end Ferguson. But I'll tell you, I think the thing he does the best is after he catches the ball, he has very natural run after catch. You see him, he makes Forbes miss on the low attempt and runs through contact. He's a very good runner of the ball post catch, and it's a good quality to have in your tight end.
There's Pollard up the gut and chucking his way inside the 30 and still going for a 9-yard run. We started talking earlier about Dallas and how important it is to be home. Do you believe in them home field? Because it feels like in the league it hasn't been as important in recent years.
It hasn't, and I think there's a lot of reasons for that we won't get into. But as far as this Dallas team, I think the proof is in the pudding, right? I think the results speak for themselves. And who would have thought leaving Miami, all they did was just stay on track. They get a big win last week at home against Detroit. You mentioned Philly struggling. They get upset, and they got a shot to have home field.
Here's Dowd will let up the gut for a first down and more, and the drive continues. Here's what we got in the NFC if you look at it right now, okay? The only spot up for grabs is that last one. The Saints are in right now only because Green Bay and Seattle are playing now. Green Bay controls it. If they win, they're in. If they lose, Seattle can get in with a win. If they both lose, the Saints are in. Now, we have an injured player here for Washington. Can't see who it is. He's being surrounded. Injury timeout.
There are trucks, then there's the truck.
GMO, and hopefully he's okay. 10-7 Commanders, 5:15 to go in this first half. Cowboys on the move, though. You see it on the screen. A win, they clinch the 2 seed. Draw, Pollard, big seam left side, right up the gut. Pollard sprinting forward, and he's close to another first down. Tony Pollard getting some big chunks right now in that run game.
Yeah, so we talk about what the value of throwing the ball a lot on first down does. Look how high these 2 safeties are. There's only 6 guys in the box. Now you can run the ball, right? So the notion of you want to run the ball to pass, it's actually the opposite. The better you are throwing on these early downs, it gets a lot easier as the game goes on to run the ball on early downs.
Yep. Pollard again, left side, makes a cut, first down, still on his feet. Pollard inside the 5, Pollard backpedaling towards the goal line, and he's down at the 1.
Yeah, so this is a Tony Pollard run from years past, and I think now we have a Commanders player now down on the field, but the ability to make people miss, run through contact, those are the 2 biggest elements of Tony Pollard. the last couple years as he was more of like a reserve back to Zeke Elliott. And see flashes of it here. They want to get this Tony Pollard going as they enter the playoffs.
Yeah, Quan Morton is the injured commander down on that play. He's had a really good first half, and he's the one they're tending to now. Rookie out of Illinois who's now started 4 in a row. But here's the thing about Pollard, right, Greg? Your point, going from kind of the backup to Ezekiel Elliott to now the lead guy. Look at this is yards per touch. Down drastically, and then the explosive plays. They've just not been there. Now, obviously, you need blocking. All of it's got to work. And he had a massive injury in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, and I think that's important to note. I think coming back off a very significant lower body injury that he sustained last year in the playoffs, I think is a big picture for maybe the slow start, just getting his legs back under him. But there's also a notion in the NFL, when you have a really dynamic player, the idea is, okay, if he's really good with this amount of touches, then he'd be even better with more touches. That's not necessarily always the case. I think there's a little bit of that at play with Tony Pollard, finding out what is the perfect number to maximize the explosive nature we've seen from him since he's come into the league.
Well, I'll tell you what, and we hope Martin's okay. It's the best half Pollard's had in a long time. He's averaging 5.9 a carry. He's got him on the doorstep right now.
And this has been something Dallas has been trying to find. Short yardage, goal line, finish these drives off with 6.
Here we go.
Pollard up the middle and in. Touchdown, Dallas.
It's a great drive by Dallas. Started out with being really aggressive in the passing game. That opened things up in the run game. Watch Hunter Lipke, the fullback. Steele gets a nice down block. Lead blocker Lipke, he gets 2. And Tony Pollard's got an easy touchdown. That's a big-time drive.
Yeah, 7 plays, 71 yards, under 3 minutes. And Tony Pollard looked great on that drive. Here's Aubrey for the extra point, and it's up, and it is good. So the Cowboys retake the lead, and Tony Pollard looking good on that drive and punching it home to make it 14-10. And win the NFC East, so a lot at stake for them. Obviously already in the playoffs already. Commanders have lost 7 in a row, but trying to, give a little needle to their foes on the way out of this regular season. It was a good scoring drive by Dallas, and Tony Pollard had a big hand in it. He's up to 54 yards rushing in this first half. Now Washington will get it back with 4:12 to go. As Pringle will let it go. Well, not only we're talking about Pollard on that drive, Greg, just getting the run game going, something they've been trying to do for the entire year, but they've had trouble at the goal line multiple games this year. That was a good sign.
Yeah, we were at that Miami Dolphins game. They have an impressive drive. They go down there, they try to give Hunter Lipke to fullback, and they fumble it, and that was kind of the story of the day. So that's the value of the run game in this version of the Dallas Cowboys offense. It's always going to be pass first. They're going to go as far as Dak Prescott takes them and CeeDee Lamb through the air. But that drive is a perfect example. If they can get that version of the run game to complement this pass game that's been fantastic all year round, that's the perfect storm for this Mike McCarthy offense.
Now it's Sam Howell's turn. Steps in and delivers. Then he's got a catch out across the 30. Curtis Samuel lays out for that one. Going to pick up 6 yards. It's interesting for Sam Howell, Greg. At one point, he was leading the NFL in passing yards. That was after week 12. And it's been tough sledding since. He's been benched. He started every game. But as you brought up early, he's thrown it more than anybody else in the league. It's a lot on his shoulder.
Yeah, and he's throwing it a lot out of the shotgun. It's just a very hard way to play offense. You see him here getting under center. I think for most quarterbacks outside of 5 or 6 in the league, the passing game under center play action is when they're at their best.
Coming back to Dotson, near side, couple blockers too on, and he's up across the 40. He's got a first down.
Yeah, like that. Like that is a early down passing game that takes a lot of pressure, not only off the quarterback, but also off an offensive line. They've given up as many sacks as anybody in the league, but a lot of it is just volume of passes and the style in which they're asked to play. We've seen a very different style today, a lot more run-pass balance. A lot more quicks getting the ball out of his hand and taking those full field reads off of Sam Howell's plate.
Yeah, he's been good. 12 of 16, 90 yards and a touchdown. I know he missed the one to McLaurin earlier. Probably could have had another that Samuel didn't get in. 1st and 10 here. They roll him out. Throws on the run. Good catch on a bullet throw. It's Dotson again who delivers. And so with that being said, how do you evaluate? If you're the Commanders, you have to evaluate him. How do you do it?
I think that's the #1 decision Washington has to make going forward, right? I mean, based on the result today, they're going to have at least a top 5 pick. With a loss, they'd be #2. So, there's some good quarterbacks in the draft staring at them, but the question is, did they get a fair evaluation of a young quarterback getting really his first crack at it when you're asked to throw the ball the volume of times he's asked to do? I think that's very challenging. So I think it's a mixed bag.
Now standing in, pressure right on him, and down he goes. Dante Fowler came right through, and he's got the sack. First sack of the game for either team. Fowler gets home. They hit the 2-minute warning here in Maryland. Well, Dak Prescott's interception wasn't his fault. He got tipped at the line and then picked off. But we've got a close game in this first half, and Dallas would love to have it. They win it. They get the 2 seed and win the division. 14-10 they lead 2 minutes ago. They've got all 3 timeouts.
I think Washington's got to be careful here. I think at the end of this play, they want to force Dallas, if they're not able to pick up the first down, they want to force Dallas to have to take one of their 3 remaining timeouts.
Blitz coming. Howell stands in and fires, and it is caught. A dime from Howell, and McLaurin has it, and he's got a first down. And now a little scuffle back with Parsons. Oh boy, this is way back at the 20-yard line. Getting in there with Sam Cosmi. And Parsons has had frustration on multiple non-calls, Greg, and I think it just came out of the bag there.
And he's been going up against the right guard, Sam Cosmi, a few times today, and Sam Cosmi's finishing this play. Micah Parsons, he doesn't like it, but I mean, can we talk about that throw?
That was a dime.
I mean, 3rd and 13.
Charge timeout.
And we got a injured Cowboy on the far sideline. Stephon Gilmore, he was the one in coverage. But that 3rd and 13, the confidence in your young quarterback to just drop back and just let it rip. That's the best throw we've seen from Sam Howell today.
Now concern for Gilmore, has had an excellent season for Dallas. Yeah.
I mean, that is a really good throw. Know this Dallas Cowboys front can rush the passer as good as anybody in the league. Here we are thinking, you want to just make sure the ball doesn't fall incomplete. And now you punt the ball back to him with 3 timeouts. And now Washington's got a fresh set of downs, looking to go score points of their own here before the end of the half.
Yeah, so Nashawn Wright will take over at the 1 cornerback spot for Gilmore. He's more a special teams guy. That'll get an opportunity now.
You'll see Nashawn Wright. He's up at the top of the screen now, opposite Deron Bland. He's on the bottom.
On first down, it's a 4-man rush. It's Howell over the middle and incomplete. Marquise Bell with a nice knockaway from Logan Thomas. A game break and a stunner, Carissa Thompson, huh?
Oh, yes, Kevin. More good news for Cowboys fans. The Giants are putting it on the Eagles here in the first half. Tyrod Taylor hits Darius Slayton as he takes this one in from 19 yards out. Eagles deficit grows, now down 24-0. Kev?
Wow. I mean, they barely got away with a win on Christmas Day against the Giants. They would have lost, what, 5 in a row, 6 in a row? They were 10-1.
I'm not sure if we've seen a team at the top of the league for 2 years straight take the drop that they have.
Here's Howell coming near side, tipped to the line of scrimmage. And I should point out, for Cowboys fans saying, well, that gives us a cushion if we don't win. But that means Detroit would get the 2 seed, so you want to win.
Yeah, if you're Dallas, that Philly game has no bearing on how you approach this. You want to, not only do you want that 2 seed as the division winner and guarantee yourself at least 2 rounds of playoffs at home, you want to go into the playoffs playing well. You want to go into the playoffs firing on all cylinders, and it's been a little bit of a mixed bag here for them on both sides of the ball here in the first half. They want to finish this game the right way going into next week.
3rd and 10. A lot of time. Howe over the middle, and it is intercepted. Donovan Wilson comes down with it. I think DeMarcus Lawrence hit the quarterback as he let it go, too. Here is Wilson making a play and making the pick, and the Cowboys in business. And then there was Lawrence doing that. Deep Cowboys, Stephon Gilmore, who's had an excellent season, and see tender with that arm. They take him back to get looked at in the locker room. After the interception, though, a minute 40 to go, 2 timeouts in the half for Dallas up by 4. Get it out to the far side, and we get a drop. And on that interception, yeah, Donovan Wilson did it, but it was DeMarcus Lawrence, Greg.
Yeah, and you're going to see Dante Fowler come from the other side of the screen on a little TT stunt. He picks Nick Gates, the center, and now they teach these defenders attack the throwing hand of the quarterback, and that made the ball kind of pop up, and Donovan Wilson's there, and that's what this defense thrives on, forcing negative plays, rush the passer, and take the ball away.
2nd and 10. Prescott just going to sling it out that time, and he's got Dowdle. No one near him. First down and more inside the 40, and Dowdle racing his way all the way down to the 34.
Well, they dropped the play before, and they just came right back to it. That's 2 plays in a row. Dowdle's wide open coming out of the backfield, and Washington just doesn't guard him. And this time, he's able to secure the catch and get a lot of run after catch.
Going quick here. Prescott with time. Delivers. Got a man open. It is Lamb. First down.
Yeah, he's just wide open. Washington's playing a real soft zone, trying to keep everything in front of them. They clear out the corner. Forbes on the outside, and CeeDee Lamb just has an outbreaker finding open space, and Dak Prescott's got a clean pocket to operate in. That's about as easy pitch and catch for this Dallas offense as it's going to get.
You do whatever they want now. Down at the 18.
47. Ready, return. Hey, who's going? Run. 57. We got this first. Here we go.
Prescott stands in, and over the middle he goes, and that's caught again by Lamb. Broken tackle, working his way down around the 12-yard line. He's going to pick up about 6 now. 48 seconds left, but 2 timeouts, plenty of time.
Yeah, they're not in a huge rush now. They can continue to make sure they get into their best play, and that audio was awesome. You can just hear the command Dak Prescott has. Move the protection, get into the best play.
Looking far side on the slant. Cooks, great catch inside the 5. It's 1st and goal. Hudson nails him there, but that was some catch. And now a timeout on the field by the Cowboys. And let's take a look at what's coming up. The Verizon Business Halftime with Kurt Menefee and the guys.
Coming up on the Verizon Halftime, Jags punches the Steelers and Bills tickets to the postseason. Highlights and more right around the corner. We'll see you at the half.
Kurt's got all the scenarios down, so we'll have those for you. And a lot of games of meaning going on right now. We'll get you updated on all that, including ours here today. Cowboys win, they get the 2 seed. 1st and goal. Prescott over the middle. It's caught. Lamb! It's in. Touchdown.
That's worst case scenario for this Washington team to give Dallas. You can see he clearly extends the ball. It's typically a no-no. You don't really want to reach the ball across the goal line. You see if you fumble it, we all know what happens. But when you're one of the best players in the league and you score, all is well.
9 straight games with a touchdown for CeeDee Lamb. You can see it there. It's for sure a touchdown. And that was some drive. 65 yards in a minute 17. Aubrey's extra point is good to make it 21-10. With 23 seconds to go in this first half. We'll be right back after this message from State Farm.